Safe area entered.
Something smells good.
Looks like you're ready to learn a new skill. What'll it be? Goodbye.
The theater settlement is off to the east. You probably run into some trouble along the way. You'll have to do this block by block, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Electronic device detected.
The neighborhoods you'll be moving through are hyena territory. They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. They've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together. But where DC is the priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not gonna last long without support.
What is going on, guys? EK1 Gaming here, and welcome back to another Division 2 FPS. Subscribe button. Menu. I don't really do nothing with this apart from disable VoIP, and the reason I disable this is because, well, it hides your IP from players. So basically, because I used to stream do videos and all that good stuff. I don't really want that information out there, so I've got that turned on, so I've disabled it, but it's up to you if you want to have that off or not. Now we'll start with the video tab because this is really simple and easy. Windowed mode, you're basically going to want this at full screen. Now some people have this like full screen windowed and stuff like that, but just have it at full screen. It's the best option in my opinion. Resolution wise, just have it to the resolution of your monitor. There's no point in getting a 4K monitor and having it at 1080p. I don't see why you would do that, but just have it at your monitor. Mine is a 1440p monitor with 165 hertz refresh. I know, why haven't I got a 240 yet? I don't know, but anyway, refresh rate 164.85, basically 165 hertz. Make sure that's the highest that you've got it, you know, make sure it's the highest that you can select. If you see, look, if I select now, it goes 60, so just put it on your maximum. If you've got a 240, it'll be like 230 something, 239, I don't know what it is. But monitor, if you've got multiple monitors, make sure you select which monitor. I'm just running a one monitor build now, so I don't have to worry about that. So reduce latency, I have this switched off. I've got this as no, but putting it as yes is not going to damage much. It's not going to really affect much. I just always have it off. I just don't never bother with it because I'm really not experiencing any issues with latency. And then DirectX 12. Now, if you've got older systems, then have this as no. That will, I think we'll link it to DirectX 11. But basically, if you are running a decent SPC, you're not having crash issues. There was a lot of issues with the X12 when it first came, but I think they kind of ironed them out because, you know, if you're not crashing, if you're not doing anything like function, so some of this is just preference, but I'll show you how I have mine. I've got on-call status, all auto hide the hood is on. Some people like that off, just to have the hood there all the time, which is fine. The reticle, I don't mess with the reticle. I know certain players, they have reticles or they have the app which puts a reticle on their screen at all times. So if you had to use a third-party software or program on Steam, you would have the opacity all the way down to nothing, so you can only see the one that's built into your monitor or whatever it may be. But I don't mess around with those. You can change them, and it's just personal preference, but mine's fine the way it is. Hints off because they're annoying. Show damage numbers, yes, I want to be able to see how much I'm hitting for. Show radar, yes, or on. Connectivity information, yeah, why not? Let's see that. Player level visibility, basically, I have it on. Doesn't really matter. It's going to make no difference at all. It doesn't make any difference to me, so I'll just have it on. I think it's default on. Chat window opacity, I've got that as 100. You can just knock that down slightly if it's annoying you, but for me, I like language filter, yes, because when I'm streaming and stuff, I don't want to see like swear. I don't want to see like swearing and stuff like that, or any bad language from the chat. Menu glitch effect, I have it on still. Now I get you can turn this off, and it just feels like sudden, like it doesn't feel right. Strobe effect on the menu, I have that on as well. Automatic group refill, yes, because if you're in a mission, you've match made, you want that refill going on again. I'm just going to skip through some of these because field of view, field of vision, or field of view, you want that maxed out. It's going to open up the vision of the screen for you, so you can see more around. And it also makes you feel like you're moving faster and you're doing things a lot quicker. And I've also got that on while aiming as well, both on 25. The signature weapon swap effect. Now I'm going to turn this off because it's annoying me. Because I keep flipping to the pistol to run quicker, I always flicks too far sometimes and it starts that effect and it annoys me. So I just have that off now. Motion sickness mode, put that on, yes. You don't want all that blur and motion, unless you really want to immerse yourself in the game. Don't have it on because it's going to really put you off. HUD tutorials, again, I'm going to have that off just because, well, I don't want any tutorials popping up on the screen, which have been a lot because I haven't played for a while. Quality, custom. It's going to go to custom when you start changing stuff anyway, so don't worry about clicking that. I have my brightness at 11. That will depend on your monitor, what settings you've got on your monitor, how it visually looks. So I can't tell you an exact number for brightness and contrast. The two things that I cannot tell you what to press, okay? So you just do it to a brightness and a contrast that you like, okay? I've got mine at 11 and 15. Maybe start there. So I think its base is like 10 and 15 anyway, so I've only boosted the contrast by brightness by 1 because I've done the rest on my monitor itself. VSync, turn it off. Always off. Every single game, VSync off. That's it. End of story with that one. I have frame rate limit on because I don't want it to start trying to go over and then causing issues like latency, stuttering, lagging. So I have it on and I have it set to my monitor's maximum frame rate limit. So that'll be 165. Now, so let's go through shadow quality. You're going to want this on medium. So we don't really care too much about that. It's still going to look good, but it will just give us a bit more FPS. Spot shadows, put low. Spot shadow resolution, low. Contact shadows, all low. Resolution scale, make sure that's still at 100%. You are going to want that. It increases the rendered resolution and decreases performance. So you can have that between 85 and 100. I believe there's not much difference in that. Sharpening, I have that on 7. Particle detail, put that on to low. Volumetric fog, put it on medium. It gives it that little bit of, a little bit of extra oomph in the game, if you like. Then fog blur, have that off. This is a new setting, I believe, that they've just brought in with this update. And it's when they've redesigned all the maps. Turn it off. It's the annoying thing ever. It just basically puts a big blur on your screen. You can't see anything. So just have that off. I don't know why they've even put that in there. Reflection quality, you can have this on low or medium. So I put this on low. Local reflection quality, so resolution of local scene reflections, put that on low as well. Vegetation, medium. You still want to see the trees and everything else around you, so just have that on medium. You're still going to get that good best of both worlds. So I turn this off, subsurface scattering. So it's a light through translucent object, so I just turn it off, so I don't have that. The filter in here, just put that on 16 times, okay? So basically just leave that as the default. Parallax mapping, I leave that on as well. Ambient occlusion, so set the quality of self-shadowing from ambient lighting, medium. The depth of field, have that off all times, always have depth of field off. Object detail, 100. I have seen people drop this down a bit to like 30 and stuff like that. I don't think there's that much of a difference, but just put it on 100, I'd say, just to keep it visually pleasing, if you like. Then extra streaming distance, well, if you have the memory to use, like if you're struggling, if it's stuttering or anything like that, turn that down. If it's not an issue for you, keep it at 10, you know? So but it does use more memory in HDD, but it basically streams things further afield, so you can see things from further. So I keep that on maximum. Neutral lighting, I have this off. Lens flare off, vignette off. Vignette is just the corners will be like darker. You don't want that on, it's just going to look silly. Bloom off. Water quality, I'm going to have that on medium. You can have that on low as well. I like medium because I do like it to look visually pleasing as well. Chromatic aberration off, always off. Projected texture resolution 512, keep that on 512. High resolution sky textures, this is just up to you. I have this on, I have this yes. Terrain quality, I have it medium. And then anti-aliasing, I have that on medium as well. So it does sharpen the image. So if you find the image is not as sharp, just put that back onto ultra, but you really don't need that. You know, you literally just need medium for this. So once you've restarted your game up, those settings are going to be saved now. So that's what you're going to be using. Now keep an eye out on this because Division is a bit dodgy when it comes to these graphics because I log in sometimes and they've all gone back to like ultra or high and stuff like that. So I have to change them quite often. So just bookmark this video or just do whatever, you know, save these settings, screenshot them.
What is it?